Hello and welcome to Connie's Clever Concepts. Today we're looking at the chapter in the John Maxwell book, Maintaining to Creating. So very often businesses just manage to maintain. They work and pedal like you're on a bike, and then suddenly they're maintaining. Things are kind of going smoothly, but they just keep doing the same thing year after year. And I want to talk about how when you add a little creativity and you allow your people to be creative and to create on their own, you can move your business forward with many different kinds of ideas. So first, let's think about this. It's time to take out your crayons. Remember when you were a kid and you could color outside the lines, you could color anything, any color that you wanted? Well, it's time to take out your crayons and be creative. What helps you be creative? Maybe listening to some great music, some peace and quiet time, reading a proactive book that helps you think. I know when I get into a creative mood, I literally learn from every person I run into, things they tell me. Maybe I'm listening to a seminar or I'm listening to a sermon at church, and I gather ideas from all different places when I'm in the creative mood. All right, so here's what we're going to look at. It's time to think, stop and think. Many people these days, they don't stop and think of what they're doing that's been working and what they need to get rid of and what they need some creative ideas to help them move forward. All right, creative ideas from all different kind of people, because we all think differently, bring all different perspectives, right? And we want to foster autonomy. We want to not micromanage everyone so very much that it's always our way or no way at all, right? I was working with some kids at church. They were like fourth, fifth graders. And, I just forgot how very creative kids can be. And whenever you gave them an idea, you thought, well, I wonder if they can do this, or I would do it this way. And then they would come up with so many different kinds of ideas, and they were way better than what I was thinking about. So allow your people to create and do their work the way they kind of see fit, right? Don't micromanage. Use the imagination. Imagination sees opportunities. Imagination sees opportunities and learns everywhere you go. Learn to ask questions. Remember how kids do? They ask questions. They constantly ask questions. And they do say that, the smarter a kid is, the more questions that they ask, because that's how we learn. When you're in your network of people and you're out and about with all the other business people, remember that influence is a big factor in that. It's not about what about me or what can you do for me, but influence is what can I do for you? I'm interested in you and I'm interested in your business. And then take action every single day and think about what you're going to do and what's on your agenda. I have a favorite book, and it is called The One Thing. The One Thing. And after I read that, I had heard before, what's your one thing today that you need to do? But truly, when you read that whole book, you start to realize that what is my one thing that will make money today? What is my one thing that's going to get me out there in the public today? What's my one thing that's going to move me forward? So often we start to work in our day and we avoid the one thing. So what is your one thing that help you move forward? Creativity thrives when one subject is approached from many different directions and many perspectives. Now, this is what I love. One of my mottos has been for years is team, T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. It is so very true that when people collaborate and bring in their creative ideas and are not afraid to put them forth, then as a leader, you can take those best ideas and you start to kind of knock them around, kind of like a pool balls, on a pool table. You start knocking them around, you tweak the idea and knock it over there. That person tweaks the idea, it gets hit back to you. Or is that ping pong? Possibly ping pong. Anyway, so you start to collaborate and gather, and by the time you finish collaborating from one idea that everybody's kind of tweaked and worked on, then you have a great idea. If you have more people, they're going to think of different things, pitfalls, things that make it work better than just one person doing all the work. Great minds collaborate. So Be a person who says yes. Say yes whenever you can. Be an optimist. Try to be supportive of the people around you. If you have a tendency towards a negative attitude, just try to keep your mouth shut. Remember what Mama said? She said, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, right? So sometimes when we're in a negative mood, we might need to do that because we crush other people's creativity whenever we always are criticizing, right? Lori Grenier wrote, Dear optimist, pessimist, and realist, while you were arguing about that glass of water, I drank it. Signed sincerely, the opportunist. Planning is predetermining tomorrow's results today. I was just talking to somebody and we were talking about how to keep focused and keep things done. And one thing that I have found is that, your phone pinging with text messages, your phone ringing, your emails coming in and out. In my prior business, we always called it a power hour. Take a power hour, whether you're being creative, doing what we're talking about today, or you're just trying to get your one thing, your most important work done. Take a power hour, put the phone aside, turn it down low, and pay attention to the most important things that you need to do that day. So planning is predetermining tomorrow's results. At night, make sure you've written down what you're doing tomorrow. So you have your day planned and then categorize it by what's most important to what's least important. Sometimes least important has to get pushed to the next day or the next day. Maxwell has a percentage he likes to put out there, 10, 80, 10. 10% is deciding your target. So when you have an idea, you've collaborated, decide the target, what you really want to accomplish with that. And then your next 80% is producing it. Exactly how will we make this happen? And then the last 10% is cherry on the top. So we've got the idea, we've decided how it can, how we can make it happen. And the last 10% is what can we do to put the cherry on top and make it its very best. So today, I hope that you will think about taking time to think and be creative and take out your crayons and allow yourself to have some fun and be creative and learn from everyone, everywhere you go. Connie Durham with Connie's Clever Concepts. Thanks for listening.